Hi, Nadia. Nadia?
Yeah.
Hi. How are you doing?
And again, we have at 9:30. Sorry, at 2 p.m. I have to go with my mother. I will come back after an hour in the hospital. I have to go again.
I'm sorry. Can you say that again? I didn't.
Again today I have to go with my mother to the hospital for something that she has some appointment.
Okay. Well,
then I will be back for the live session. I will be back.
Okay. Well, I can do a real quick thing for you. You got part of your assignment, but you just need to talk about the why. You have the please identify at least 2 cost problems, and you identify 2 problems, but you need to talk about, you need to go into more detail about why. So, and your solution, like what is your solution for the problem? So you have the wine and beer and beverages are not on a fixed rate, and then you put net profit loss is 0. So what are your solutions for that? So you have to figure out how you're going to fix it. So that's what your main thing is. You just need to figure out. And then for here, you talk about John's Pub because of the high price, but you need to go into more detail of why. Why is it because of the high price of labor and operating cost? Why is that going to be why does that business have the most potential? So you just need to go into more detail about the why here, and you need to go into more about the how you're going to fix it. So because you had
I feel for the first one also I feel the difficulty what I have to do. So first of all, one thing is that I need the example of like this the same. So through the example that is better for me. If there is any example as the same one of how to do like this, then I will follow that example and do the same thing in it.
Well, you just need to look at the live sessions. This is where there's never going to be always an example of how your business is struggling. You have to look at it and figure it out.
It is not in the live session. It is not in the live session.
The entire live session that Chef Jonathan did was about profit and loss. He broke it down completely. We talked about it through that. And you need to do critical thinking. You need to figure it out. There is no example. You need to look at these numbers and be able to figure out on your own how you're going to fix it, because that is the whole key of business. You're going to be an owner. You're going to be a manager. You need to look at the numbers and you got to figure out how to fix it. There cannot be an example because you need to come up with the solution. You have to come up with the solution. You are in charge. This is your business. This is your money. This is your establishment. You cannot rely on other people to fix it. You have to come up with a solution. So this is what you have to look at, these numbers, and you have to figure out, and you figured out the 2 things, but now you need to figure out a solution. This is the whole point of this, is because as an entrepreneur, you have to be able to problem solve. And this is your opportunity to problem solve. You can't have an example because this is where you need to come up with the solution. So you have to come up with a solution on how you're going to fix these numbers. I would say rewatch the live sessions again and look at the PowerPoint slides, because he breaks down each part and why it's important, but then you need to figure out a solution. That's on you. You have to figure that out.
I watched the live session 3 and 4 times yesterday night, and I still don't know what I have to write here for this about the business.
But this is why, Nadia, you have to, like, there is no example to give you here. You have to create a solution. This is on you. Like, you have to look at these, like, these are your businesses and how you are going to fix them. Because many times when you're, and owner, you're a manager, you're walking, like especially if you're a manager and you're walking into a brand new establishment that's not yours, you need to come up with a solution. You're just walking in and seeing the numbers. This is typical for somebody who's taking over, and they have to figure out what needs to change in order to make a profit. I had to do the same exact thing. I had to look at the numbers. I had to be creative and figure out a solution. Nobody told me what to do. I had to come up with the solution because that was my job. So this is your job right now, is to come up with a solution. You have to come up with a solution. You can't follow, like, it's not Chef Jonathan's job. This isn't Chef Gregory's. This isn't my job. This is your job. You have to come up with a solution because this is your place. So you have what the problems were. Now you need to come up with how you're going to fix it.
And like he told me that to just do the minus from revenue and the cost, food cost and revenue, and just see how much it is. Some revenues are not correct. That's what he showed me.
Yeah, and now you need to figure out how to fix it. How are you going to fix it? That's what you need to work on right now. So for each one of these, you need to figure out how you're going to fix it. Because this is what being an owner, being an entrepreneur, being a manager is all about. You have to come up with the solution. You cannot rely on other people to. You have to come up with a solution, and you have to follow through. So this is what you need to do. You need to create a solution. So that's what you need to work on next. You identified the cost problems. Now you need to create your solutions. And then you have the poor John's Pub because of high price of labor costs and total operating costs. But I need to know why is that going to be more profitable? Why does that make this more profitable? Why is it that the high price of labor costs and total operating costs make that business more profitable? So you need to go into more detail. And now I know that you have to go to the doctors right now.
Yeah, with my mother, she need to go to the doctor.
Okay, so I'm gonna let you go.
Right now.
Take care of your mother.
It is by 12. It is by 12. So by 10:30, I will go with her.
Okay.
No, she have her appointment by 2, so I will. She will call by 12:30.
Okay, because I want you to, take care of your mother. If you need to take care of your mother, that's fine. But that's the main thing that you need to do now, Nadia, is you need to work on how creating a solution. So you need to.
Is there any example, if you can just email?
No, Nadia, I just told you, I'm not giving you example for this. This is on you. You have to create the solution. So I am not going to be here while you are running your business. You are in charge of your business. You have to create the solution. So you need to problem solve. You need to look at the numbers, think of what you could change to make it better. And this is where you need to problem solve. You have to come up with a solution. This is what managers do. This is what entrepreneurs do. This is what business owners do. You have to come up with your own solution. This cannot be given to you. You need to come up with this. So I suggest look at the numbers, look at the numbers, look at all of the information that is provided, and then you need to come up with a solution. So when I would suggest thinking about what type of solution you think would work for this, if you said the cost of beer and wine goes below zero price, a lot of loss in profit. So how are you going to fix the zero price? How are you going to fix the cost of the beer and wine? And then how are you going to make a profit. So these are, you came up with those two problems. Now you need to fix it. So you need to come up with an example of how you're going to fix that. So you need to do that next. So that is what your next part is coming up with the solutions of how you're going to fix it.
One for one, and then the other two I will do it, please.
No, you need to come up with this, Nadia. I am not going to be in your establishment running it with you. You are running this on your own. You have to come up with this. This is on you. This is your business. You need to come up with these solutions. And sometimes solutions work and sometimes they don't, but at least that you tried and you came up with something is the key aspect of this whole exercise, is that you are thinking about the possibilities and how you're trying to fix it. That's the whole point of this assignment, is that you need to create your own solutions. You need to problem solve, because that's the biggest thing that you're going to run into every single time when you have a business, is problem solving. How are you going to fix something? Because you cannot just say, well, it's broken, what am I going to do? You need to come up with a solution. Like if I make banana bread and it doesn't turn out because there's a giant, like, you know, I added too much, I didn't have enough baking soda and baking powder, and there's a giant little divot in my banana bread, I can't just throw that out, right? I need to come up with a solution. So my solution is, I'm going to make banana bread pudding. I'm going to make banana bread French toast. I'm going to make parfaits out of it. I am creating solutions so I still have a viable product and I'm not just wasting that banana bread. I am creatively coming up with solutions to fix the problem. So that is what you have to do here. You have to do the same thing that I did with the banana bread. You have to creatively come up with things to fix the problem.
So in this problem, what I have to do?
So you tell me, what do you have to do? How are you going to fix these problems?
I mean, just do the minus from the previous profit, like it says.
From the minus?
Yeah, decrease the amount from the previous. Like just you open it, can you?
And so for Janet's Grand Events or Jamie's Waffle Wagon or Poor John's Pub?
And both three, one by one.
I'm sorry?
I'm saying just one by one, I will just decrease their amount from each. Like from utilities and from to make the profit. Is that the one?
So that's where you need to figure out. So I want you now, that's your job now, is to create the solutions. And then you need to extend on the Poor John Pubs. You said because of high price of labor costs and total operating costs. Why do those two things mean that it's going to be profitable? So you need to expand on your reason. Why is it high labor costs and total operating costs? Why is that going to make it more profitable? Why is that going to make it so Poor John Pubs makes more money? You need to answer why for that question. Number two, you need to go into more details about why. And then you need to create the solutions for Janet's Grand Events Catering, Jamie's Waffle Wagon, and Poor John's Pub. So those are your things you need to do next. And then you're going to turn the assignment in when you come up with your solutions. And then we will discuss. I will look at it, regrade it, and then we'll discuss it from there. Does that make sense?
Can you share the screen with me for a minute? That I do the assignment. I want to say something. Can you share the screen?
Okay.
And yeah, I'm saying that is that okay? I have to do like this, like the beverage cost of gold, so gold sold minus revenue. Is that the one I have to do? And for everyone, for
Yep,
everything.
every single one of these. For number one, you talked about the problems, you did not do the solutions. And you need to provide at least 2 solutions for each problem. So you have to do 2 solutions for your wine, beer, and non-beverage prices. And you need to do 2 solutions for your net profit loss is at a 0. And the same thing here. You need to do 2 solutions for this. You need to do 2 solutions for that. And
So I
then
have to
2
do, I
solutions
have
for
to do
this.
like this.
2 solutions for that.
So I have to
So,
do like this. See, I do it like this. And that see, it says 1,000 of beer is 1,000 minus 1,000, so it comes out 0. That's why.
so then how are you going to fix it?
And then they this the beer and non-beverage and beer and wine, they are all on the, but the wine is showing 3,000 on the revenue.
So then you need to come up with 2 solutions for each of these problems that you identified. You identified 2 problems. Now you need to come up with 2 solutions. So how are you going to fix it? That is your main thing.
Means by fixing the revenue price.
Yeah, how are you going to fix it? And I will tell you this, if wine and beer is at 0, that's because they're not selling wine and beer. So this solution right here, the cost of beer and wine goes below 0 price, it's because they are not actually selling any wine or beer at Jamie's Waffle Wagon. It's probably a food truck, which means that they are not going to be selling alcohol. So that is why those numbers are at 0.
The numbers which are on zeros, that means they are not selling.
Yep, that means that they're not selling. So you need a different solution, or you need a different problem, because the cost of beer and wine goes below 0 price isn't a problem because they're not selling wine and beer. They're not selling it. So you need a different problem.
And what I have to write about just only food?
For this, well, you have your problem as beer and wine go below 0 price. That is not a problem because they are not selling it. So what other problem?
So I will write it down. The cost of beer and wine price goes below 0 because they are not selling anymore.
Well, and that's not a problem though. So this doesn't count. You need to come up with another problem.
Because they are not selling anymore?
Because they're not selling, so it's not a problem. They don't have to deal with wine and beer. That's not the issue. What is the issue with the numbers?
And they have a lot of profit is lost.
So you need to figure out another issue. So you have lots of loss in the profit. So what's another issue? So you need to come up with another issue here, and you need to come up with your solutions. So when you turn it in next, you need to come up with your solutions. You need to come up with a different problem because the cost of beer and wine is not the issue here. And then you need to go into depth about how you are going to fix this, why this is going to be more profitable and has the most potential. Why is it that high price of labor costs and total operating costs, why is it in your mind you think that that gives this business more potential and has more opportunity to make more money than the other 2 businesses? So you need to go into the why. I'm going to let you go so that you can work on these before you have to go see your mom. But those are the things you need to work on. You need to work on your solutions. You need to work on the why Poor John's Pub is going to be make more money than the other ones, and why you think that the high labor costs is going to make it more profitable than the other two businesses. And you need to work on a problem for Jamie's Waffle Wagon, because wine and beer is not the problem. So what is another problem with the numbers you're looking at? So those are the three things you need to work on next. So you work on those, turn it back in, and then I will see you, well, I won't see you in the live session because you're going to be taking care of your mom. So watch the live session archive. And then if you have questions this weekend, please email me, and then we can go back and forth and then see how you do. But I want to make certain that you turn this back in with your solutions, with a new problem for Jamie's Waffle Wagon, and for the why Poor John's Pub is going to be more profitable. Why is it? So that is what you're going to do next, and take care of your mom. I hope the doctor's appointments go okay. And
I will be here by 7 p.m. I will be here. I'm leaving right now after an hour, but I will be here by 7 p.m.
Okay, but if you miss the live session, I understand. Just watch the archives, and then you'll be good to go. We're going to be talking about marketing, so it's going to be a lot of fun. And then we will so do your assignments, and then I will see you hopefully tonight. But if not, I will see you later on. Okay.
What time? Because okay, can I Google this about this how to make profit and loss, if I can Google it?
Yep, you can also Google it. You can do your own research. That's the part of entrepreneurship. You have to do the research. So you cannot rely on other people to give you the answers. You have to come up with it. You have to come up with the solutions.
I don't want the answer. I just want an example as it is. Just like
I know,
example.
and I am not going to give you an example because you have to create your own solution. This is on you. I gave you the example of the banana bread. I baked banana bread. There was an issue with it, so I turned it into parfaits. I turned it into banana bread pudding. I turned it into French toast. I created solutions so I still had a viable product. So you need to look at these numbers and come up. You see the problem, you need to come up with the solution. So that is what you need to do next. Okay, so I will see you later on today in the live session. I hope all the doctor's appointments go well, and let me know if you have any more questions, but I want you to turn this in with those three things that we discussed. And I'm going to email you the video recording so you have this. And I will email you the three things. Once again, I'll put it in the email, the three things you need to work on. Okay?
Can you please explain my mother also, because sometimes I don't remember it about this assignment. So can you talk to my mother also? Here is she.
I'm sorry?
Can I call my mother if you can explain it to her also?
Well, I need to go to my next meeting, but you will have this video recording, so you can record you can show her the video recording.
But if I just call her for a minute, if you can talk to her, is that fine for a minute just only?
I need to go to my next meeting, Nadia. So you have your stuff that you need to do. Your mother's not doing the assignment. It's you're doing the assignment. So you need to do this assignment, and I need to.
I'm just saying this now. If I don't, because sometimes I don't understand because I have a seizure problem. So can you explain it to her so she can?
But this is where this is your assignment, Nadia. This isn't your mother's assignment. This is your degree. Like, this is your certification at Escoffier. This isn't your mother's. So you need to do the work. So I need you.
It means she can help me in explaining in my language. Means she can explain. So that's what I am saying.
But so then you can show her the assignment. You can read to her the assignment and the all of the information. You can show her all of the video feedback that I've been giving you in the Zoom sessions and the live sessions, and then she'll be able to go from there. So now I have to go because I am late for my next meeting, but I hope you have a great day. And I will see you later on at the live session. Okay? Okay, Nadia?
Okay.
Okay. I will see you later on. Bye.